and gentlemen, to Serious Inner Temple, and I recently uploaded this video, and it was not to my knowledge that this video, the audio was completely shut down at zero. I actually had to lift up the volume up to 100 for you guys to be able to hear me. That's what happened to the video. I wasn't aware of that. So, leaving that aside, let's deal with the matter at hand. Mucus is the cause of every disease. Eliminate the mucus and you eliminate the disease. True spoken words, and I quote from Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi was an individual, a Latin American person like myself, who lived here in the U.S. and he's obviously of African descent, such as myself, but I am a Latin American person. I have so-called Latino, if you will. He's of African-based origin, such as myself, so he understood a lot of the secrets of the African science and alchemic science, and how the body works, and how the body has an actual built-in blueprint on how what we are supposed to digest can affect us in many different ways. He ventured out into Africa and found the cures for all diseases. Yes, I'm going to quote that again. All diseases. He found a cure for every single disease known to man. Even the diseases that are created in laboratories can be cured. See, a virus or these diseases, they're not normal. See, diseases are not normal. They're all created through either mucus or some kind of genetically enhanced experiment gone wrong, or if they wanted to create, like for example, Ebola, that is a disease that was actually created in a laboratory. The purpose of these diseases is to make people believe that there is no cure for most of these diseases that's out here. But here's the thing. There's something called a pH scale. The scale, or the blueprint, the dietary blueprint for the human body. Once you understand how that blueprint works, you can manipulate the blueprint and the foods that you want to eat to your best benefit. Now, how does this work? See, 7 is neutral. That's where your body's supposed to be at all times. Alkaline is anything above 7. Anything that is 6 and lower is dealing with acidity, what kills the body, what hurts the body, what destroys your immune system and gives way for mucus, parasites, worms, and worms, parasites, maggots and stuff like this form inside your bodies when you eat meat. The most acidic thing you could possibly eat is meat. There is reasons why. Let me explain. Meat carries the energy, the negative energy of all of the animals who suffered and cried and bled through the suffering of being mutilated. That negative energy stays inside the meat forever. It cannot be cleaned. Also, another thing, blood is the meat is unclean. It has blood in it. The meat is unclean. In your New James Bible, I believe, in King James Bible, before they changed it to Old Testament, New Testament, try to get rid of a bunch more information, because the Bible is just 2 books, one of truth, one of lies. It's basically a book that's filled with a bunch of lies in order to confuse the masses and make us be in a state of being controlled by the government in which governs over you. If they can control your mind, they control you, period. You will become a sheep when they're really wolves in sheep's clothing. Now, also, the meat has blood in it. I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to become a vampire. So why the hell would I eat blood? Not only does it have blood and have negative energy, but when meat is consumed or dairy products are consumed, mucus automatically starts forming inside your blood, in your bloodstream, and it starts affecting your red blood cells. It starts depriving your blood cells of oxygen, and it starts getting rid of the hydrogen. It starts replacing it with negative energy, and it deprives your cells of oxygen. So what happens is that your blood starts to get deprived of oxygen. It starts to become a dead cell, and it starts to go through cell erosion, and it starts affecting all other cells inside your bloodstream, causing something called blood coagulation. When your blood starts coagulating, it's really boiling. When your blood starts boiling, what happens is it starts affecting your immune system and how your immune system functions. Your immune system is what keeps you away from catching diseases. Your immune system is at its highest when you're at neutral or higher. When you're at 6, your immune system starts getting attacked. And your metabolism and your immune system are what determines whether you'll be acidic or alkaline. You have to put electrical foods inside your body that come from nature. This is why going vegan is so essential for those who are meat eaters. For example, fruits and vegetables and ionized water that has been purified. See, because the water in our country, in other parts as well, is filled with fluoride and other irons and metals that are being pumped out through our government, and the water supply is being affected severely. There was actually an experiment done where most of the water that we drink, like Poland Spring, Dasani water, was actually tested for its pH levels, and you would be astounded and shocked by the level of acidity that these kinds of water brands have. So you need to get water brands that are like Essentia, Core Water, Fiji, Arrowhead, and many more. Do your research on ionized water that has a pH of 7 and above, because you can't be drinking or eating foods that are at 6 and lower, because it's dealing with your lower chakras, and it's trying to prevent you from getting to your heart chakra and the chakras that are above the heart chakra. You need to go above in that chakra to get to your magnetic chakra. See, because we have an electromagnetic field. This is why we need to eat electrical foods. See, if we eat acidic foods, it's shutting down our pineal gland, which is the seat of our soul, or the hypothalamus gland. Yes, the hypothalamus gland. It's trying to keep us away from tapping into our magnetic gland, our electromagnetic gland. And this is dealing with connecting back to the universe. In order for people to become spiritual and be able to use telekinesis, or become more cognitive, or be able to become clairsentient or clairvoyant, or telekinetic, we need to be able to connect back to source. But we can't do that if we're eating acidic foods, because they're not a part of nature. So connecting back to nature means you have to be vibrating along with the earth. You can't vibrate with the earth if you're not putting the earth inside of you. See? Now another thing. When we understand that mucus is what kills us, we need to stay away from all foods that cause mucus in our bodies. Get replacements for the foods you like. For example, one quick thing. Fluoride is in most of your toothpaste. So, you see, why is this fluoride everywhere in your water supply and the toothpaste? Because they want to keep you away from your hypothalamus gland. Do your research on the seat of the soul, the eye of Horus. Do your research on the pineal gland, and you will find out what I'm talking about. What I'm trying to say here is that our government has a vested interest in keeping our pineal glands premature. They don't want our pineal glands to start secreting dimethyltryptamine, DMT. If we start releasing this hormone through our pineal gland, what's going to happen is we're going to start realizing that there are other dimensions along the dimensions that we already live in. Dr. Sebi already understood that there was a blueprint for the human body, and going against it is basically cellular destruction against one's own self. This is very necessary in order to understand, because the pharmaceutical companies, the medical industry, and all these people giving you acidic pills that only get rid of your symptoms but don't get rid of the real problems going on inside your body, basically the pills are already killing you. They're killing you. The problem that's in your body is killing you, and then they're going to give you an acidic pill that's going to get rid of the symptoms, but it's going to be killing you from within. Just because you got rid of the symptoms doesn't mean that you cured the problem. Things to clean out your intestinal system. Medicinal herbal tea, lime with water, lime with cucumber and water, eating a lot of green nature foods. I'll give you another example. An actor named Michael Douglas was eating a lot of bad foods, caught cancer, lost all his hair, started losing an excessive amount of weight. He was already on his deathbed, and when he went on a purely vegan diet, you can search it up if you think I'm a liar, all of his symptoms were gone. All of his inner problems went away. He gained all his hair back. He gained all his weight. He was able to start walking again. And it was amazing. People were astounded. How did he get rid of cancer? It's because he went on an all-green diet. His body was vibrating at the 13 vibrations. The 13 vibrations is basically a key gateway for a human being to vibrate along with the planet Earth. Once you get that connection, you can safely try to activate your pineal gland with no problems, because your body's already naturally being grounded in nature, because you're already eating the natural nature foods. So when you eat electrical foods, you see you have an electromagnetic field. Your electromagnetic field, it strengthens and increases when you eat greens. It weakens and gets sickly when you start eating acidic foods. A lot of people don't realize this, but when you guys are eating the meat, because the meat is not actually supposed to taste like that. The government is pumping the meat with I don't know what they're doing to it, but they're pumping it with that addictive flavor that you guys can't get. You guys can't get over that certain type of flavor. That's why I'm saying you guys have to get alternatives for the meats and other products and dairy products that you guys eat. There's plenty of vegan alternatives, guys. You know, Whole Foods has tons of vegan alternatives. There's other places you can go to for meat. You know, I personally like to try Field Roast. It tastes just like meat. It tastes great. It goes good with anything. And it's a great meat replacement. You know, it's a plant-based replacement. Stay away from soy. That soy is, I'm going to tell you the truth about soy. Soy is actually humans. You guys don't know what they're doing out here. But I'm going to be making videos on explaining the reality of the situation. They even have movies. They even have a movie based on this stuff. All right, and basically, you know, I'll probably give you a link to the movie or whatever. But what I'm trying to say is that Dr. Sebi, he went into Africa. He found all the natural native herbs that cure all diseases. Yellow dock, blue vervain. You know, the African moringa. There's many different types of plants and herbs. Many different types of combinations of concoctions that one can take to eradicate all the mucus that is forming in their bodies. The mucus is what's killing you guys. This is why in the wintertime people start like people start having these snot bubbles coming out. People start coughing, getting indigestion. People be having heartburn. People be having all kinds of problems with their body. People be hiving out. People's skin is always dirty because they're not taking care of their bodies. Also, another thing that plays into this is that when you look at the average person, most people eat meat, and people don't understand why they're catching diseases when they get older as well. Your immune system and your metabolism drops severely when you start aging. So it's very essential when you start getting older to be eating the natural nature foods, because if you don't, you're going to end up in an early grave before your time, because your blood is constantly boiling throughout the day. And then the added stress from work or whatever have you, it's going to actually start killing you. This is why people start graying up and having gray hair before their time when they're eating all these bad foods and having stress, because the food is killing you. Your lifestyle is killing you. There's no escape. You're gonna die. This man, Dr. Sebi, was able to impregnate his girlfriend when he was like 83 or 90. I'm so serious. He was fertile enough and able. He was virile enough and able to because he had a problem with his libido. He fixed that problem with these herbal concoctions that he made. He was able to fix that problem. I don't think you guys quite understand what I'm saying over here. He fixed his erectile dysfunction at an old age. This is serious because most people don't understand what I'm trying to teach on this channel. I'm trying to give you the truth on this channel. I understand that many people are very skeptical of some of the information that I put out, because some of the information I put out is very hard for people to understand if they're not looking at all my videos. But then when people put the information to practice, they find out that I'm not actually lying, that actually everything I'm saying is the truth. I don't get anything out of lying to you guys, so why would I do something so idiotic and foolish such as that? See, another thing. Another food for thought. See, the reason why most people in the summertime can't take the heat is because you guys are not alkaline. You're not drinking the right kinds of liquids. You're not taking the right kind of solids inside your body. You guys are not alkaline. Me, I could take the sun all day. I don't have no problems with that. But everybody else seems to have problems with that. Because, especially, you guys eat the wrong types of foods. Your blood is already boiling. Now you're going to be in the sun. It's going to kill you. This is why I'm saying, you guys have to stop drinking the alcohol. You guys have to stop eating the meat, eating the dairy, living a low vibrational lifestyle. You guys are doing everything backwards. You guys are even having sex backwards. You're sucking and digesting and swallowing your mate's biofluid. Biofluid, that's liquid meat. Just like dairy, that's liquid meat. You guys don't know what you're doing. And you guys are participating in a blood sacrifice ritual. And let me tell you why. All over the planet. See, if you do your research, the Illuminati, they already know about this. How do I say this in a way that people can understand? See, a blood sacrifice ritual is dealing with going against nature, doing something that is going to weaken your magnetic field. And this is why ghosts and other entities can creep up on you guys at night, and you will start going through something called REM sleep, or sleep paralysis, and you can't move, because a lot of times, not always, but there's other reasons for sleep paralysis, but sometimes there might be a negative entity in your room that might be draining your energy, your negative energy, because of the food that you be eating. Let me explain something to you guys. How is it that you be eating all this food that you claim to be good food? You're eating it in the holidays, turkey time, Thanksgiving. You eating all this food that's supposed to be giving you energy, right? How come when you eat all this food, you don't feel energized, and in fact you feel tired, and when you want to sleep and you're tired, you're drained? But you eat alkaline and you have all this energy after you ate. Negative entities such as these worms and parasites, and because it's not no damn bacteria, okay? All right, this is real shit, okay? I'm talking about worms, parasites, and maggots are being infested. They're infesting inside your intestines, your intestinal system, and they're laying eggs in beds of themselves and their children, and they're being reproduced inside of you. You have now become a parasite because you're holding in parasites inside your body. The reason why a lot of people want to actually scratch their fucking asshole when they're freaking taking a hot one in the bathroom, in the toilet, the reason why is because you have maggots, worms, and parasites inside of you, and they're moving around because they're trying to, like, the real goal of these things is to try to get inside your to connect inside your spinal cord, so they can actually control your mind and how you think. I'm telling you, do your research. These worms and maggots and parasites have a mind of their own, and the reason why these things think the way that they do is because they need sugar, white bleached sugar, and anything that is acidic to survive. So they're going to always be giving you cravings in order for you to eat these negative things so they can survive. Because if you start having an alkaline environment inside your body, they will die. They can't survive in an alkaline environment, guys. So this is just food for thought moments with your boy here at Serious Center Temple, where we help share the truth and nothing but. You have to get rid of the mucus. The mucus is forming inside your bodies, guys. You have to get alternatives. You know, go to Whole Foods, go to veganessentials.com. So search up on why vegan, why go vegan. And you will find the truth. What you need to build muscle is not protein. There's in the elemental chart for the human body, we're made out of elements, not protein. Okay, we're made out of elements. What you need to build long-lasting muscle with longevity and no disease is magnesium, phosphorus, and iodine. You combine the three together with the greens that you eat and all the other foods and the veggie meat and all that stuff that you eat, and you'll be able to build long-lasting muscle for the rest of your life with longevity and no disease, guaranteed. You know, so you know, you guys have to do your research on this stuff. You guys have to do your research on this stuff. Hey guys, don't take my word for it. Do your research. Search up Dr. Sebi. See what he was talking about. They killed him in the airport for a reason. He's the first person to figure out the blueprint for the human body to get rid of all diseases. HIV, AIDS, gonorrhea. It don't matter what it is. He healed everything. He's got records on records on records of healing people. This guy's been healing people. Okay, he's healed diseases that were thought to be uncurable. Do you understand? And he cured it all himself. Here, even in America, he's done it. The powers that be got sick and tired of this guy promoting all the positive stuff that he was promoting and telling people the truth about diseases and where it comes from and how to cure them, that they had to get rid of him because he was gonna make the medical market plummet eventually. He was getting too much notoriety. He was getting too much publicity for what he was doing. So, you know, and people don't understand, the way your body vibrates determines on what kind of frequency you're on. Negative spirits like to touch people when their bodies are at a negative low frequency. Do your research. Okay? Alright guys, I'm going to leave you guys with this video, and I'll be making another video shortly. Probably tomorrow or the next day after. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Peace.